Ahead and get started. And if you're new on the call tonight, I want to congratulate you because you're going to take a look at something very special. You have the solution, and that solution is called onex. Onex is actually the marketing arm for QL Exchange. And if I'm hearing correctly, QL Exchange is going to come out sometime soon. Maybe end January, I have no idea. But they want to get it out and running too. But they knew we didn't have money for gold and silver. So they thought, we've got to put money in people's hands so they can get out of debt, live a lifestyle that nobody has ever been able to have before, except for the rich and the famous. While I was home, it was the neatest time for me because I gave webinars to family who say, oh no, she's at it again. How many of you gone through that? Oh geez, Mom, what are you into now? Okay, Dad. So I really didn't say much, but they listened to my webinar and afterwards said, I like what I'm hearing. Is this really what you've been doing the whole time? Yep. You didn't want to hear about it, so I didn't tell you. Well, now I got several of them involved because of the webinar. I didn't try to tell them any more, so please use this webinar so I can tell people. And you see there $5 one time out of pocket. When I bring somebody in, I pay it forward for them. They don't pay their own $5, so it's nothing out of pocket. And the rocket fuel, I'll share that with you in a minute. How much money do you need? How fast do you want to receive it? And how fast do you want to get out of debt? I have had 2 people while I was home say, I don't know how to do anything on the internet. And I said, no problem. Because we have lessons. As you pay that $5, or I do for you, you get your first lesson. And all of the lessons after that come out of your commissions, not out of your pocket. The first lesson, the second lesson, the third lesson, they all teach you how to build a business on the internet, how to advertise, how to find people, how to do all these things. So I said, it doesn't matter if you don't know anything about it, it's there. How cool is that? So they really got excited, and I had to laugh at my stepson. He said, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I just don't have time to work this. And he listened to my webinar, and he said, I think I know 3 people already who need this. And I said, I thought you weren't going to work this. He said, oh. He said, I liked what I heard. Well, as you're learning with these lessons, I know a lot of you are saying, how do I make money? As you come in, $5 gets you lesson 1. You're learning how to start this business, and you want to share this with other people. You want to shout it out to the world. Why not get your first 4 people as quickly as you can, share onex with them, and they all go on your first row. We all have a 4x4 structure. It's a 4x4 matrix, so there's only 4 people on our row 1. As soon as you fill that, they all pay $5 for lesson 1. They're on your row 1. You just made $20. That's pretty awesome. You didn't take anything out of your pocket. You just made $20. Then those 4 people go out and get 4 people. Now there's 4 individual matrices growing inside yours because everybody's at the top of their own matrix. Everybody builds their own matrix. 4 people get 4 people. That's 16 people that are on your row 2. When those 16 people are ready to buy lesson 2, because they're on your row 2, it's $10. You know, I don't know of any other company on the planet. I don't care if it's a company, a business, network marketing, MLM, I don't care what it is, who gives 100% back to their members. So that $10, $5 is going to come back to you, 50%, and $5 to your sponsor, the other 50%. Now those 16 people start their own matrices, but it's inside yours. 64 people are on your row 3, and I think you get it. When they're ready to buy lesson 3, they've received enough money to buy lesson 3, they're on your row 3, that's $20. Now you get $10, and your sponsor gets $10. There's that 100% again, 50-50. Last but not least, those 64 people on row 3 are going to start building their individual matrices, and there's 256 people on your row 4. When they're ready and made enough money to buy lesson 4, they're going to buy it from you. They're on your row 4 for $40, 20 to you and 20 to your sponsor. Those same people stay exactly where they're at, and as they make money faster, they're going to go over and buy lesson 5. Those same 4 people on your first row will buy lesson 5 from you, but it's $80. And believe me, I've heard from people who have said, Jane, lesson 3, I didn't pay anywhere near enough money for lesson 3. I learned so much. You will learn about things in these lessons you didn't even know existed on the internet. That's how you make money in onex, and that's how everybody else makes money in onex. Now the key is you want to share this with as many people as possible. That's not called greed, it's called sharing. But when you share onex with people, every time they get paid a commission, you get a matching bonus, the same commission. Remember I said when those 16 people on your row 2 buy lesson 2 for $10, you get paid $5, and your sponsor gets paid $5. Those are matching bonuses. And he said matching bonuses. The more people that you tell and share onex with, the faster your income is, because there's matching bonuses. And if you teach them the same thing, they're going to thank you one day and say, I see, I'm getting out of debt quicker. So that's the key, is matching bonuses. Now again, when QL Exchange opens up, we don't see a matrix building over there right now, but there is. Because every time somebody registers in QL Exchange, remember when you registered it came up QL Exchange. Okay? They get a free position under you somewhere, that's a 3x9 matrix, or they're also going to go into onex, and you have to believe me on something. I've talked to people who say, Jane, I really don't want to participate in onex. I want to do the QL Exchange. I want the gold and silver. And you know, we're going to buy it at rock bottom prices. Somebody walks in with $1 million, and if they're not in QL Exchange, they do not get the price we get. So I'm excited about that, and it's a silverback savings plan. Let me just spend 1 minute on that. Silver-backed savings plan. All of a sudden, you know you got $1,000 in there, and you need it right away. You need it as soon as possible. You can go in your back office and say, transfer $1,000, $500, however much, to my debit card, and go to an ATM or go pay that bill that you needed to pay. We've got to jump on the market, and we need to run with it.